Okay. Wow, that is a lot darker than I thought it would be. But, so today, I thought I'd do a little something fun. I'm gonna be going through what I think is important in exploring and adventuring. So it's gonna be kind of like my personal guide for adventures and stuff. Before we get to that, I'm gonna try to do something about this lighting because it looks really odd. Okay, that's better. My guide to adventuring. Scouting is one of the big things that I do personally. And that starting off with Google Earth to find the location first. And then once you find the location, I usually go in and research the building a bit or location. And that can go from if there's blueprints of it, so like you know what it looks like inside, to how you can safely get in and out of that location. Because at the end of the day, you want everyone to have fun, but you also want them to be, everyone in the group to be able to go in and come out safe and, you know, not get in trouble or anything. So yeah. Now scouting, as I mentioned before, is important because if there is blueprints of the location, I guess this is going more towards the urb side of it, not really hiking, but if you're going to an abandoned building, scouting is important. One, how accessible is it? Because you don't want to be like, I don't know. We've done a lot of things where you have to walk a long ways or climb under something. And it's always good to know that beforehand what you're getting into, just in case something happens. So scouting it out using blueprints, a layout of the building online, and that helps a lot. You can look at it, see what it looks like inside. Maybe there's older photos. So just check how structurally sound it is and how accessible it is. Another big thing is bringing the proper gear to your exploration. There's a mold problem or something. Usually we bring a mask, not like the COVID masks, but like an actual like mask where it will cover, it filters out that type of stuff so you aren't choking later on in life. And yeah, other things. I have my trusty adventure backpack with me today, and yeah, it changes what you need to bring and stuff, but usually I bring any GoPro equipment or camera equipment I need for the day. So that always stays in the backpack no matter what. Masks for if there's mold and stuff, which you can usually find online to see if that's why the building got closed down in the first place, or if there's just a new problem with it because it's abandoned building. We also have flashlights. Flashlights are good. Bigger ones, smaller ones. That always usually stays in the backpack too. More GoPro equipment. I don't remember the last time we used this head mount, but if you're going exploring at night, headlamps on the notion of heads. And yeah, I personally bring my inhaler with me too because dust and allergies and stuff. Mindset. So, contrary to popular belief, none of us like putting ourselves at risk or getting hurt. So, urban exploration, parkour, stuff like that tends to draw the notion that we're risk takers. That's not the main part. When you're exploring, you don't, especially when there's risk involved, you should be able to physically take care of yourself and trust the people you're with to physically and know their mental limitations. When we're exploring in like an abandoned building, I don't expect to have to take care of Devin or Evan or Max or anyone else we're with just because I know they will be taking care of themselves and they know their own mental fortitude and they will choose challenges or go in places that they feel comfortable. If they don't feel comfortable with something, they won't do it. And physically, I know that we're all able to take care of ourselves. Which you may ask, how do you know that you're physically able to take care of yourself in an abandoned building? What if something happens? Which leads us on to the next part, which we will be moving locations for, which is physicality and how to prepare yourself for that. So, being physically fit isn't gonna make it so there's no risk involved when you're doing exploring, climbing on things. You know, that's why you check your surfaces to make sure that they're structurally sound enough that you're not gonna go falling straight through them. But being in good enough shape to take care of yourself and to do challenges you want to do, instead of just trying to willy-nilly go and chuck yourself off something, is a big part of it. Three main things for people, even if you're beginning to do urbex or backpacking or like climbing, doing all this kind of stuff. I think that good core and good grip strength is two of the biggest things. You should have a good cardio too, just because. So yeah, I'm gonna run you guys through a very quick little set that I started off doing when I wanted to first get into this stuff. We're gonna go to pull-ups. Pull-ups are one of the most important things to do. You're gonna need a lot of pulling motion when you're climbing over things, and it works on your grip strength, which is very important, especially if you're gonna be inside an abandoned building, climbing up different floors. Sometimes you'll need to get onto smaller ledges and stuff, and you'll want good grip strength for that. And yeah, so that's the first thing we're gonna do, is pull-ups. Next thing I think is really important is core strength. You're gonna need a lot of core strength for climbing and, again, usually exploring and stuff. Strong core leads to better results in anything you're doing, really, because you're gonna be using your core for a lot of things. So we're gonna be doing leg lifts on this, and we're gonna be doing, again, 10 sets of 10, and yeah, so. That is a horrible angle. So now that you guys are positioned here, I'm gonna finish my 10 leg lifts, and then we're gonna move into dips, just because it's another good body weight exercise. Most of my workout is consistent with just body weight. I do mix weight into it, like bench and stuff, but for this one, we're just gonna be doing body weight exercises. All that's great. Easier things you can do, sit-ups. Sit-ups are good. I like push-ups. Usually I'll throw 100 in a day. Sometimes like the pull-ups and the dips and the bar stuff. So just mixing that in throughout your day is gonna help a lot, prepare you physically. Cardio is also a big thing that you want to work on if you're planning on doing more exploring. Just because cardio is a good thing to have. And also, if you're gonna be running around a lot, it's always nice to be able to actually keep up with everyone else. Max and I do swim.
Okay,
So that's mostly where we get our cardio in. Yeah, but running is a great way to do it too. Biking, walking outside, you can walk outside. It doesn't have to be too extreme. Oh my gosh, it's really bad lighting again. The final thing, and one of the most important things that I think everyone should know when going out to explore, is you should be able to trust your team, or not even team. You should be going with a group of individuals that you trust, and this is the reason why. especially when you're exploring new places, there is a lot of danger that is involved. No matter how much scouting you do or physically you train, there's always going to be something that may happen that's outside of your, outside of your realm. And having a group of people there that you trust is a good thing to have. You need to be able to rely on the people you explore with. Not only if you get in a jam yourself, but if they get in a jam, they need to know that they can trust you. And it makes it easier to coordinate things. There's been times that security has come, and if you're not with people that you trust, which has happened to us before, it can go a lot worse than if you try talking it out with them, and there isn't random people in your group trying to run away or do something else. You all need to be on the same wavelength and be able to plan ahead and coordinate these things. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. We have a very cool video for you on Monday. If it's not finished by Monday, it'll be Friday, but it definitely will be up next week. Very exciting. Gavin's coming down for it. And yeah, subscribe. And yeah, drop a comment below. And if there's anything that you think I missed in my this thing, I'm not a professional. I'm not going to pretend I'm a professional. This is just personally what I think is important when you're going out and exploring, just to be more safe. I mean, no one wants to get hurt. I don't want anyone to get hurt. So these are things that I tend to prioritize. The scouting, making sure you know where you're going, and planning for situations if something takes a turn. Physicality, being able to physically take care of yourself and trust that everyone in your group is physically and mentally able to make decisions for themselves, and going with a group of trustworthy people that you can trust and they can trust you. So yeah, peace out. See you guys next week.